Alright gamers, welcome back into the stream. Okay, so first of all I want to start off by addressing that I've actually done a few things off camera. A lot of it was mostly just kind of a continuation of what I was doing at the end of the last stream, but they are notable, so I want to go over those. First of all, one of the first things I did was I kept doing villager trading, and I got super lucky. One of the guys in here actually ended up giving me a sharpness 5 enchant. And it only costs like 30 emeralds or something really cheap. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, but I got super lucky. So we actually have a sharpness 5 villager. Super happy about that because that can be put on both our sword and our axe later on. I also ended up getting a knockback 2 villager, which means I've got at least 2 of the bigger sword enchants knocked out and already done. One of the other things I did was kind of in the same bracket here. I finished up putting mending on my chest plate. So we actually have 3 of the 4 enchants that need to go on a diamond chest plate. The last thing that I need for that is Thorn's 3. And Thorn's 3 is not a fun one to get, and that's something that we need for all 3 of these. The diamond leggings in particular will be interesting, mostly because it does share identical enchants to that of the chest plate, and with the exception of Swift Sneak, which you can only get from an ancient city, and we are in no way whatsoever gonna go to an ancient city at this point in the game. In fact, we won't even do that before the dragon. So for the time being, when I inevitably get thorns, we're gonna keep it at the same level as the chest plate. Clearly, you'll also see here that this chest plate has been healed. I spent a whole lot of time off camera down at the XP farm, healing some of the items that already have mending on them. So my fortune pick is done, and so is my silk touch pick. So I'm not super worried about those breaking anytime soon. Really, our kind of items in the red right now are our pants, our boots, and our diamond sword. But at the same time, while I was healing my items, I just wanted to get myself all the way back up to level 30. So I already prepped that prior to starting this stream. So I'm going to enchant one of those 3 items today. And probably more than one, depending on how much XP I collect, over the course of the stream. And then the last thing is kind of more or less just completely unrelated, but I did say I was going to do this a long time ago. The original blueprint for this house that I designed on a creative world was actually included with a basement. So I'm sure in the previous streams you guys have noticed that there's been a weird hole in the floor here, but nothing under it. I decided I was going to finish up the very last piece of the house off camera, just because this wasn't really worth having on stream or anything. So here is the basement, and I gotta be honest, in all of the versions of this house I've built on survival, this hasn't served much of a purpose yet, but considering that this is a world that is going to be around a while, ideally, I'm sure I'll end up using this for something at some point. I'm either thinking I'll throw like a furnace array down here or just more storage, but yeah, that means the house in comparison to the blueprint version is completed. So yeah, that's everything I did off camera. Today, it's going to be kind of a mixed bag of things. First of all, I want to go get protection 4 as soon as possible. And I'm going to do level 30 enchants, and hopefully I can get it on as many things as I need to, without having to get a villager for it. But my helmet, I've already enchanted that. I do not want to lose respiration 3. So I'm probably going to keep this around, which means I will need a book for it. So I will have to get prot 4 anyway. Thorn's 3 is also another big one because that has to go on all of these. And then I really want to get an efficiency 4 or 5 book. Just because I still need that for so many different tools here, and I'm severely lacking in that department still. So I think to start off, I'm going to go ahead and enchant one of the items that I have, just to get that out of the way. So let's see. Oh, I forgot about this. I found this when I was in the Stronghold, this Feather Falling 4 book. I think that I may enchant my diamond boots first because I have this laying around. I think it just makes a lot of sense to get that out of the way. Because if I don't get Feather Falling on it when I enchant it here, I've already got that book ready. And that means I don't have to find a Feather Falling guy. So I think that is what I'm going to enchant first. Protection 4. Awesome. Just Protection 4. And you know what? That's a little bit of a problem. And here's why. Boots in particular are crazy. And what I mean by that is they have so many different enchantments that you need to put on them. So for instance, I think it's 7 now in the most modern version of Minecraft. You need Protection 4, you need Feather Falling 4, Soul Speed 3, Depth Strider 3, Thorns 3, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. And if you don't combine them in a specific order, it gets really, really expensive really fast. So what I may do is I may just keep these around to combine them with another set later. So I think I'm just gonna throw this in the enchanting chest, hold on to them, use that for my Protection 4 on the boots, and just make a new pair of diamond boots. Those probably weren't gonna last all that much longer anyway, so I think keeping them around for combination's sake is probably the best idea. So once we get back up to level 30, I'm gonna enchant this set of boots again, or I'll try and enchant the diamond leggings. Those may also break at some point in this stream, so, you know, I'm not gonna be super upset if that happens, just because we do have so many diamonds, and a second set of those is gonna be more than enough. Like, the durability on those, we're not gonna go through that before we have all the enchants I need. So, with that being said, I do already have a lectern, and in the time that I was doing some of the off-camera stuff, there are definitely some new villagers in here. So, I'm gonna work on doing some additional villager stuff today. Ideally, we would get one of the enchants I've already mentioned. So let's see. It's actually night, so I have to deal with that first. We are getting really super close to being able to go kill the dragon here. I think I definitely want Protection 4 on all of my armor before anything else happens, and then I'd be comfortable. You know, I don't think I need to bring my diamond armor all the way there, at least to the degree that I normally do it. I don't need the maxed out armor to go kill the dragon. It's not a task that requires all that much. One of the tools that I do need to work on a whole lot is the bow. And especially in the end, that becomes particularly important. So actually, now that I say that, I was talking in the last stream about how I should really go and prioritize the shovel, because I want to get a mass quantity of arrows with Fortune. This bottom chamber is also starting to fill up pretty quickly here, so at some point soon here, I'm going to have to start building a structure or another place to put these guys, because this starts to get unmanageable very, very quick, the more of them that are in here. Ooh. That's 5 Emerald Flame, and you know what? I can justify that. I actually don't think Flame can get any lower. I almost always see it at 5 when I purchase it. So I think I'm gonna go grab the stuff to make another lectern so I can just keep going. And then I'm gonna go ahead and buy that flame book. It just makes a lot of sense to do that because it is one of the things that we need. The thing is, with them actually adding more enchants as of recently, it's starting to get harder and harder. Ooh, Prot 5 for only 25 emeralds. That's awesome. Or not Prot 5, Prot 4. Okay, that's a huge one. I'm at level 27. Got another oh wait, no, this is the lectern I just used. So I'm gonna put that over here. I'm gonna make another lectern because I think we're kind of on a roll right now. Super happy about that because that means my diamond leggings. We might actually get to the dragon a lot sooner than I was anticipating. Like maybe as soon as the next 2 episodes. Wait, I actually have to wait anyway, because that guy's still a baby. And I don't hear anything happening there. So, I think I'm gonna go mine some more stone for emeralds, because I just spent a ton of them to make that happen. And then I'm also gonna go make some bread to speed up the villager process. I was talking in the last stream about how I was thinking I was gonna go down to the XP farm and just get the last 3 levels I need to try and do another level 30 enchant. But trading with the villagers gives you arguably more XP than just using the zombie farm does. So I think what I'm gonna do is just mine stone and trade with them for XP for the time being. I think that would just be a more efficient use of my time, because it kind of accomplishes 2 goals at the same time, and I need more emeralds anyway. I still, I know I haven't talked about this in a while, but it is still on the task list. We still need nether wart. To this day, that is one of the things we are lacking in a major way. And it's gonna begin to be super important here soon. It's really making me mad that we found 2 fortresses and neither of them seem to have nether wart. I need to go find nether wart so I can make like regen potions and health potions. I would just prefer to have that extra level of protection going into the end. And it's just not something I haven't been able to prioritize, because I just don't know if I can be asked to go into the nether and risk my life again with how awful our nether generated to go find a 3rd fortress. Like, I would have to go thousands of blocks away again, and I really don't want to do that. It feels like a waste of time. You know, I wonder, I've got so much coal, and there's so much of this copper. Maybe I should make a bunch of blast furnaces and start smelting this copper just for the XP. My friend does that a lot on our server when we play, and that seems to get him XP pretty fast, so I might try that. Yeah. You know what? That's what we're going to use the basement for. I'm going to go put a bunch of blast furnaces down there, at least for the time being, and just start smelting some of this copper we have, because it's an untapped source of XP that would at least get me probably, you know, a few more levels. Like, if we do level 30 enchants, though it takes only 3 levels away from us, which means we go down to level 27, and that copper could offer us those last 3 levels we need each time if it's just kind of constantly going. Maybe I should make like a super smelter array behind one of the walls in there. I may do that at some point, but for now I'm just going to go put a bunch of blast furnaces down there after I trade with them. It is shocking just how much copper I'm going to get from this. This is only 34 pieces, but because it already drops more than 1 copper without fortune, I mean, you can already imagine the amount I'm going to get when I have this Fortune 3 pick. I mean, this is probably 2 or 3 stacks worth, just from 32 pieces. And that's a ton of XP. Like, yeah, there's 2 stacks already. This might be like 3 stacks and a half. That's pretty close. Oh my god, almost exactly. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I actually need to clear out my inventory just a little bit here. All of this copper is gonna get smelted. So let me make a bunch of blast furnaces, which means I need some more regular stone. I thought I still had 16 left on me, but it's already up to level 29. I forget. It's the guy with the brewing stand. That villager, he supposed, I know that he does like ores and like ingots and stuff. I wonder if there's a villager that trades copper, because if I could get even more XP out of this copper, that would be awesome. I just want to maximize my XP source as much as I possibly can. You know what, there's more than enough copper in the furnaces right now, so I think I'm gonna go just mine stone for the time being. It's clear to me that this tunnel has gotten past the point where the water cave is no longer going to interfere with what I was doing. So I think I'm just going to carve out this area and keep going this way for a while. I wonder if I should try and collect some more of these 1.8 stones, like the diorite and the granite, just because they offer emeralds for less of it, and it might be a little bit more time saving if I were to mine the patches that I know where they are already. Because for andesite, diorite, and granite, I believe those trades are all 16 stones instead of 20, where like how the stone is. So I may, the next time I come down, I may mine only those, because just feels like something I could do to maximize my time. Thorns 3. Whoa, okay. That's huge. That one's typically really annoying to get, so let me go grab some of the extra emeralds that I've got up top. I'll trade him for that. That's actually huge, because that's something that I need on every single piece of my armor. So I think if I go pull the copper out of the furnaces, that'll give me enough to do another level 30 enchant. I'll either do that on my boots or on, you know what? I think I'm going to prioritize doing my pants first, just because those are close enough to breaking. And I think I can get those complete really fast with the stuff that I already have. So where is he? You? No, you're Fortune 3. Thorns 3. Okay, that's a huge one to lock in, because that's going to do a lot for me in the long run. Maybe I should try and prioritize some of the other villagers that I've got. I have those 2 farmer villagers up top in the villager farm's top chamber. And I know they're there just so we can get more villagers, but maybe I should actually trade some farming materials with them, because that feels like another untapped source of, you know, XP and emeralds that is just sitting there doing nothing, that if I level them up, they may even be a little bit more useful to me. So really need efficiency. That's probably, I think, I've got Prot 4, I've got Thorns 3. I think that's probably my next priority to get on a villager. Fill up my whole house with this, just to... It feels like I'm in creative when I do this, but... It's almost like, I don't know, you just never place ores down unless you're, like, in creative mode doing, like, decorative stuff. And it's just become commonplace for me every time I've ever, like, done the whole, getting, like, maxed out tools and armor and stuff, just because... if you mine your stuff with Silk Touch and then bring it up, you conserve just that much more inventory space, because, you know, this is only 2 stacks of copper ore, but it's going to expand to be like maybe like 9 stacks of the raw copper, which converts to so much XP once it's been smelted. And just having that, like, you know, go on its own time while I'm doing other things is going to be so helpful. Because if I just need like an extra level or 2 after I've spent a few, I can just go grab some preserved in these furnaces with this copper here. See, my inventory's already full. I've already got 5 stacks of copper just from that, and that's all going to turn into XP, which is super awesome for me. Maybe I should have done this a long time ago. So, let's see. I'm gonna do a level 30 enchant on that armor. By the time, if this isn't not a good one that I want, I can just go right back down there and grab more XP. Blast Protection 4, can't do that. Unbreaking 3, that could be good. Just Unbreaking 3. You know what? I think I'm fine with paying for the rest of it, because I've already got some of those up there, and so let's see. I think I need Mending. I need Thorns 3. So actually, the only thing I need to buy is Mending, because I already have Thorns 3 and Protection 4 in book format already. There's 2 of them sitting in the storage room up top. So my pants are going to be complete in a second here, which is awesome. But the only other problem with that is that means I'm going to have to heal them. We're just going to take a ton of XP to do. But armor actually does heal very fast. And with the copper that I have down in the basement, I may be able to like just instantly heal it, which would be really, really nice. And if not, if that's not enough, I can just go down to the XP farm and do the rest of it, because this is definitely going to get me close. So here's Unbreaking 3. I've got let me go grab the other 2 books I need, and then combine that in the least possible order. Enchanting. So there's Thorns 3, Protection 4, and then, okay. Let me go combine the books. Put Thorns 3 and Mending together. Then it's 4. What happens if I do this? Whoa, that gets real expensive. 16 levels? Well, that just took everything I had. Oh, that sucks. Well, that probably means I'm not going to enchant another piece of armor today, but hey, that's done. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go buy another Thorns 3 book in a second here so I can max out my chest plate. Yeah. Oh my god. Instant level. Already healed. That's insane. Why wasn't I doing this before? That's so easy. At least to heal all my armor it is. Which means that all of my original armor is gonna have survived this long. With the exception of my helmet, which is shocking. Thorns 3. It's 29. Oh, shit. Okay, so that means I need to go trade what I can, but he's probably not restocked yet. He is. That shocks me. And that's enough. And that puts me back up to level 8. Okay. Thorns 3. Where is that? I hope this is enough. 8 levels? Doubtful. Okay. Take off my chest plate and let's see how much this costs. Oh, 15. Well, shit. Okay. We can do that in a minute. This is starting to get really hard to manage. There's a lot of them in here now, so I think I'm going to have to start working on constructing a trading hall. I didn't want to have to do that this early, but I don't have much of a choice. I would love to make like a nice big trading hall, but it's honestly, I would have to design another building because I've never, when I make my trading halls, they typically are just like a tunnel underground or something. Shit, which guy is it? Crap. I have no idea which guy it is. Oh, okay. Aqua Affinity. We need that one. And I don't have that. So 15 emeralds is a little bit spenny for Aqua Affinity, but price isn't really an object when you have infinite money. So I think I'm going to buy it anyway. Because realistically, we only need 1 Aqua Affinity. My helmet's already enchanted, so there's no chance that I get that on a level 30. So yeah, I'll go. I mean, I've got 10 emeralds. We need a little bit more. I wasn't even thinking about it, but I need to lock in that villager trade still, right? I think so. What was it? Was it Aqua Affinity? So I only need like 5 emeralds. That's right. That's why I went down there to begin with. I forgot about that. Stuff starts to blur together so fast. Okay. Aqua Affinity. Aqua Affinity. Which one are you? Wait, no. I need to trade all my stone first. Got enough emeralds now. He's out of stock. We'll do a different one. Cool. Okay. 29 emeralds. Where is Aqua Affinity? I think he's going to be on this side of the room. 2, working 3, protection, Aqua Affinity. Okay, locked in. I have no idea which table he's tied to. Now I'm gonna see what I can get. I forgot 14 emeralds, which isn't a lot, but Oh, right. I needed to put, I need one more level to, put the Thorns 3 book on my chest plate. I think it was 15 levels. So I'm actually gonna pull out, okay, there's that. Cool. Let's actually just see how much this gives us. I know these aren't full stacks anymore, but 16, 17, 18, 19. Ooh, okay, that's full. I need to put a crafting table down here in a minute here. Got me up to level 21, so I'm not gonna have many levels left over when I combine this, but I'll have a few as a good starting point. So, upon doing this, Thorns 3, I now have an entirely completed diamond chestplate, which is huge. That makes me way more comfortable with just kind of being out and about. I need to prioritize my sword really, really soon here. Mostly just because, yes, I can take a hit, but the ability to defend myself is still really, really important. And my sword is just not in a position to do that. So I think I do have that sharpness book. Let me actually see what else you need for a sword. Let me see what I don't have. We do not have sweeping edge. We don't have fire aspect 2, I don't think. We don't have looting 3 either. So we actually, there's only 3 more things that we need for a sword. And it's potentially possible that I could get some of those on a level 30 enchant. So I think here's what I'm gonna maybe try and do. I'm going to maybe try and do a level 30 enchant on my sword and combine the things that I already have for it. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna go down there. I don't have a lot of emeralds right now. Oh, okay, I remember what I was gonna do. Let me see if I can get another book, just because I just locked into what I just did. 3, ooh, I haven't even seen power once, I don't think. But that's an important one that we need as well. We need power 5 desperately for my bow, which I should really probably enchant with a level 30 enchant soon here. Oh, what? Speak of the fucking devil! Power 5 for only 20 emeralds? What is happening with this world? I've gotten some really abnormally low deals. I got a 30 emerald sharpness 5. These trades are typically like a stack worth of emeralds or close to it. Like 50 to a stack is like typical. That's shocking. Okay. So we're clearly gonna go lock in that enchant. We need that. We can't skip over that. I can't believe that just happened. So I'm gonna go mine another batch of stone. I only need a few emeralds. Power 5 is one of those ones that works like efficiency 4 and sharpness 4, where if you combine 2 of them together, you get a 5th variant of the 2. So I'm kind of shocked. I haven't seen any of the 4 variants. I've only seen 5 variants of all of the like really big name enchants. I'm surprised that's the case. You know, I would have taken Power 4 and been happy if it was at that price. But the fact that I got Power 5 at that price, and I got Sharpness 5 at only 30 emeralds, like there's something about this world. Like at the very beginning, I was hitting huge like amounts of just like luck. And that's been remaining true for the most part. I think the unluckiest I ever got on this world was when I was looking for a dark oak forest and went like 5,000 blocks away, only to discover that there was one like 600 blocks away from my house in a different direction. And oh, you know what? The most unlucky I've been is with the Netherwart, finding 2 fortresses and no Netherwart in either of them. You know what? It must be like a luck vacuum or something. Like all of the unluckiness is getting sucked towards the fact that I can't seem to find nether wart on this world. But because of that, I know this is unrelated, but because of that, I'm getting really good luck in other areas of the game. So yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go trade the remaining amount of this stone, lock in that power 5 enchant, and then starting next stream, I think I'm gonna really prioritize my weapons and my tools a little bit more, because I've mostly been focusing on armor up until now. So I think probably between streams, I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing, where I'm mining all this stone, and then I'm also gonna smelt it to that copper, because that actually seems like it's got some potential to be a really nice way to get some levels really fast. And that's just something I can do on my own time. So by the next stream, I'll probably be up to level 30. I mean, I'm already back at level 10 just from trading a little bit of stone that I just got. So let's be back up to 46 emeralds. And 12 levels. Okay. Cool. So we go lock in. Which one are you? I have no idea. I don't even know where I just placed that tape. Power 5. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next one.